back with another reflection on the Daily Vedantic. And today's reflection is on cheer and joy. According to this ancient philosophy, and this, I had to reread this over and over again to see if I was actually getting this correct. But according to this ancient philosophy, this was outlined 5,000, 6,000, 8,000 years ago. Who knows, before the written version of this philosophy, before it was ever written down in the oral tradition. It is just so fun to think about this, that going back thousands of years, according to Vedanta, our primary service to our communities is to spread cheer and joy. Spreading cheer and joy. What a call to arms. What a responsibility to be given to spread cheer and joy for our communities. It's so simple. And it's so rare that you meet someone that is wired to spread cheer and joy with everyone that they meet. I'm not talking about someone that works under you and is trying to kiss up. I'm not talking about someone that has some social reason to put on a smile, but someone that feels intrinsically motivated, wired to spread cheer and joy everywhere they go. And does the inner work to engineer that cheer and joy within themselves to be able to spread it. In 2016, there was a study that showed that colds were less contagious than moods. In other words, moods, a negative mood or a positive mood, is more contagious than a common cold. Everywhere we go, we get infected. We can infect someone with our mood. Why not be on the offensive? Put out the mood that you want to receive. That is a natural first thought. Okay, I'm going to spread cheer and joy. But if it's not cultivated in a sustainable, intrinsic way within us, and it's just a mask we're putting on, then it's going to drain us. It's not going to come from a nuclear core of genuine cheer and joy within us. But if we can cultivate cheer and joy within us, then it will radiate throughout our families and our communities. If that's our primary service, another helpful thing to think about when it comes to cheer and joy is, well, what isn't our primary service? It's not to compete with those around us, to compare, to see how we might be falling behind or see what we should want next. It's absolutely not to covet what they have. It's not to walk into their lives feeling awful and feeling like, misery loves company and I'm going to spread this to anyone that interacts with me. It's not just that isn't your primary service. That will agitate you further internally. See everybody as competition, well, you're going to feel quite separated and alone. You want to spread a negative mood? Well, two things happen. One, you're going to give it to someone else, and maybe you're in a positive mood 4 hours later, and they give it right back to you. But two, and more fundamentally, the people that are guarding their mood, just like you see someone coughing, coming towards you and trying to have a close conversation, those people that are guarding their mood, that are averse to a negative mood, you're going to repel them like oil to water. They're going to go the other direction every time you walk down the hall. In fact, it's probably already happening in your life if you feel like, you know what, I feel like shit. And the people that feel great seem to walk the other way. I know that has been the experience in my life at various points in time. But when you do spread cheer and joy, then people are magnetized to you. And especially the people that love, to receive, and give back cheer and joy. Becomes a resonant relationship with those people. Naval Ravikant, a brilliant mentor of mine, angel investor in startup companies, he said that he was on vacation once and he saw this guy that looked so happy. So he went up and saw him from across the bar, and he was just laughing, grinning ear to ear, playfully conversing with the staff. And Naval thought, you know what, we're two of out of 3, 4 people at the bar. I'm going to go over and ask him what he does, ask him about himself. And they got into conversation, and finally Naval just asked him, man, you seem so happy. Is that just because we're on vacation right now? And he said, oh no. People comment on that all the time. And it was something that I decided back in college. Someone in every room is the happiest person in that room. Someone in every company, someone everywhere they go, they're the happiest person. That there has to be the happiest person on earth. And he said to Naval, I just decided I wanted to be that person. There's got to be one of them. So why not be that one? Spreading cheer and joy it's a great, simple story. And it's even more meaningful when it's tied to an ancient principle of our primary service for the community around us. How do you get there? How do you get to that place of inner cheer and joy that is endless for you to share it with those around you? It's a decent amount of work to develop those fit, firm limbs to be able to lift something heavy. But it makes that person quite useful to every community that they're in. It's the same when it comes to our mood, our attitude, our ability to spread cheer and joy, our ability to withstand the negative moods that we inevitably will encounter during the course of the day. It's about an hour each morning. Study and reflection on this philosophy, or any philosophy that cultivates character, that cultivates the intellect, the capacity to see the end in the beginning, and cultivates our own inner wisdom. But when we do that foundational work, you get to be that person in the room. The person that every room around the world wants you to be in. Spreading cheer and joy everywhere you go, aligned with our primary service to our communities. That's today's reflection on the Daily Vedantic. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening to the Daily Vedantic. This reflection is part of a free repeating 2-year course in Advaita Vedanta. Rooted in the timeless wisdom of the Upanishads, arguably the oldest philosophical texts on earth, you can begin with episode 1, which gives the 15-minute overview of the whole philosophy of Vedanta, or you can join the journey with any episode at any point. But the critical aspect of this course, of understanding and mastering anything, is to study and reflect, even for 10 to 15 minutes on the timeless each day, preferably at the start of your day. As is said in this philosophy, reflection is 100,000 times as powerful as listening. So listen, journal, sit with, discuss these concepts, or ask questions at thedailyvedantic.com with our AI-powered chatbot, informed by about 700 episodes here, as regularly as one can, if you want to see clarity and peace almost effortlessly unfold in your daily life. And if it doesn't result in a near immediate increase in clarity and peace, then toss aside and feel free to never listen again. One of the things that you might notice is after 7 or 8 days in a row, this doesn't feel like a discipline. This feels like a visit with a best friend to dive into the timeless with daily reflection. Within a few days, it becomes one of your favorite parts of the day. You can also find out more, including news about in-person events in Los Angeles and beyond, at the Daily Vedantic on Instagram, or through our weekly newsletter at thedailyvedantic.com. Additionally, check out the links in our show notes for more resources like the books that are mentioned most frequently in the episodes, including Vedanta Treatise, perhaps the simplest and most straightforward read on this philosophy I've ever come across. Until next time, and from the entire team that works on the Daily Vedantic project, thanks for listening.